Okay, guys, it looks like we are live right now. It looks like Matt was not able to do a chat for trigger time today, so there's all kinds of stuff going on. I'm just totally doing this unscripted off the top of my head. I'm not even sitting in front of my regular computer doing this, so hopefully the audio quality is going to be okay and everything's going to be good. It should be starting up over here on YouTube in just a second. Doing this unscripted. There we go. I apologize for the lighting, guys. If I put the ceiling light on, the glare is going to wash out the camera, so this is about the best I can do. So I look even wider than I already am. All right, guys, all kinds of stuff going on here. Let's just maybe come up with a few ideas. The first one is I think we need to talk about here. Let me put the link for this podcast in the chat right now. So there we go. And guys, those of you that join me on Caliber Corner, I've already emailed out the link for this Hangout if you guys want to come join in. Let's see, Ben, you want to be made an admin? Let's see. Not actually sure how to do that on here, buddy. I'm trying to click on it to see what I can do, but we've got a couple admins in here right now that can monitor this lobby. So stuff going on right now. There's a few things that really caught me off guard. The first one was seeing Yankees post last night, I believe, about how much some gun reviewers are getting paid to do reviews. And there was stuff that was posted for Iraqi veteran 8888. I don't doubt that information. I'm just curious, is that what he still does today? Does he still charge up to $4,000 to do a product review? You know, that can really have an influence over what you put on your channel. I want to talk right now and just state a couple things because I don't want to be referred to as a shill or a sellout, just to cover my own ass, basically. I get pistols loaned to me from an owner of a pawn shop from his private collection. They're not T&E guns. These are guns that are his. Okay, he's got a nice small arsenal going on, and he loans me guns, and I tell him that I will mention his store in the video. They've always been good to me, SS Pawn. I don't get paid for it. I buy my own ammo. I buy my own cleaning supplies. You've watched my videos. I have good days with those guns, and I have bad days with those guns. And if I have bad days with those guns, they show up in the video. I'm not afraid to say, well, this is an awesome gun, and then edit it and make the gun look like it's amazing when I really shoot it like crap, or the gun doesn't function or doesn't perform. So I want to say that right now. I mean, because there's a lot of gun channels that get sponsored. I'm also getting contacted by companies that want me to do reviews for their products. And so what I do is I tell them, I'll review it, you send it to me, but I'm not going to guarantee you a positive review. And out of the few companies that I've contacted, the products have actually shown up. A few of the companies say, test it. We want to know what's wrong with it. We want to know if the product needs any kind of improvement. So just to say it right now, if you see me talking about products on my channel, I talk about the good and I talk about the bad. I'm not receiving money at all, and I'll be happy to show you my tax statements. All you're going to see on my tax statements or my bank statements are payments to Walmart for ammo that I pay for out of pocket, and that's pretty much it. So there's going to be it might start coming out now that there's more channels out there on YouTube that are getting paid off essentially to do reviews. Now, whether they say the stuff is good or bad, that's probably the terms of the payment. You know, they were showing somewhere between $2,000 and $4,000 over on Iraqi Veterans channel. But like I said, is that still the case now? Is that still what he's doing, or is that old stuff from before? I'm assuming that's new information. And that could have a major influence over the way stuff shows up on the channel. I do like channels that are very open and very forthcoming about who sponsors them. So I did kind of go over there and post a few comments on some of the other channels saying, hey, it wasn't cool that we were getting cut off and booted out of the lobby during the live stream going on with the roundtable from the gun channel powerhouses, right? About stuff that was going on over there. I said that wasn't cool. And they said, well, we were only booting people off that were being obscene or this or that. And I said, you know, it would have been nice because I think Yankee got booted out because he was saying cuck, cuck, cuck over and over again in the chat. And it would have been nice if they would have addressed that. They would have said, hey, there's a lot of comments popping up right now. Let's talk about how we're sponsored by the industry. Let's get it out right now on the table. If they would have been honest about it and forthcoming, I would have appreciated them more and probably not unsub from a lot of those channels. Instead, they just kind of promoted themselves from within. Let's see, there's some questions that were already starting to come in over on the chat here, guys. And I did send the email out to anybody else who wants to join in. Midnight Range, this is totally unannounced, guys. And so let me see if we got some questions going on. Sub to your channel. Thank you. We got everybody in the house right now going on. Let's see. I need a link to the podcast. Okay. How do you guys feel about buying rifles from FFLs given the political climate? For some reason, I'm hesitant to purchase from FFLs. You know, if you want to purchase from somebody privately, you know, the record ultimately is going to go back to someone that purchased the gun at some point or another. So if you want to do private purchases where there's lack of a paper trail, so to speak, and your state allows that without a background check, more power to you. I've done that before. I've bought and sold and bought guns, used guns from individuals legally, as I can do so in Nebraska. I don't know what to tell you. I guess if you don't want it to be linked, you got a couple choices. One, you can make your own guns, get yourself an 80% strip lower, make your own AR. Or if there's, I don't know if there's such a thing as an 80% AK, or just simply purchase private. Just go private if you don't want any kind of paper trail with any guns linked to you. So those are basically the only two options that we have right now. And I did ask the guys to go over to Gun Channels and post a link for this video. And unfortunately for my computer, I can't post any links on gunchannels.com. I have to use my phone, and I'm purposely keeping my phone in the other room because I don't want to be interrupted by family or anybody else right now, since we're talking about some important stuff. There's a lot of, let's see, not Iraqi vet, IV8888. I know they're talking about all kinds of stuff this morning over in the chat. Let's see here. Just seeing if you guys have any other thing that you want to talk about. One thing I want you guys to look into is organizing rallies. What is it, November 5th? When we're looking to organize rallies, we need to get everybody together so that we can, empower ourselves and get the point out there to the general public that the gun community is just another group of individuals. That's not something that needs more regulation than it already does. It's amazing the facts and figures. I was already reading a poll in the newspaper this morning that said the majority of Americans, 61%, want more stringent gun laws, and then it said 37% do not, and 11% think that we need less. So I'm looking at it thinking, okay, and they did this poll right after the shooting. Well, what do you think people are going to say when they're acting on emotion, talking about gun regulation? Of course, they're going to say, yeah, let's regulate it more. We don't need this or don't need that. People are going to say that, right? Because they're going to be going off emotion, seeing TV, and so on. And so, but again, I think we need to be active. We need to go out there. We need to be respectful gun-owning citizens when we go out there. You know what? If your state allows you to legally wear your rifle out in the open for these rallies, and that's what you want to do, more power to you, I guess. People are going to do it whether you want them to or not. But also understand that the media and a lot of people in general, unfortunately, are not conditioned to seeing that out in the public, because so many times whenever you see somebody open carrying a rifle on a YouTube video or on the news, they're antagonizing the police, saying, well, I've got a right to do it. I got a right to do it. Yes, you do. Okay. In many places you do. But at the same time, understand that we want to be good stewards for the gun culture. And so I think it's important that we present ourselves in a way where we come off as intellectual individuals who are just like anybody else, right? Just don't pull a James Yeager in 2013 and we're all set. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this stuff is just crazy. Yeah, no, wait. Is that the one, Yeager? Is that the one where he flipped out and he said, load your PMags, we're going to war. And then he ended up being brought in front of a judge, and they were talking about maybe stripping his firearms rights from him. So I think it's important to look at us as normal people. Yeah, that's just the thing. I mean, it's amazing how many people don't know that I'm actually into firearms. Like, but you're a teacher. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm also somebody who enjoys shooting and hunting, and I like the challenge behind it. So Matt says, I've been trying to make it very clear that this should not be about stirring the pot or wearing camo and slinging an AK over your back. That's it. That's it. I mean, that's part of it. As we come out there and present ourselves, we need to be armed with, if you're concealing at that rally, do it. I'm sure I will. If you want to, you should be armed with knowledge and facts when you go to these rallies, and because the media is going to be there, whether it's a newspaper or a local TV channel. Yeah, Matt says, I want it to be educational, open for everyone of all backgrounds, colors, and political spectrums. Exactly. I mean, I think it's very, very important that we go out there. I don't want to change the topic, but south of the border, Panda's wondering, what subject do you teach? Panda, I teach high school Spanish. I've been doing that for 17 years. And then I also teach computer science, computer programming. I recently got my endorsement to do that about 2 years ago. So I teach different programming languages, computer technology, some of the hardware side of it also. So that's what I do. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay. So Damus says, teacher, LOL, I'm a doc at a trauma center that loves guns. Oh, the irony. I know I'm in a very pro 2A community area of the country. It's guns are not uncommon. It's not uncommon to see people open carrying and nobody cares. Right. We have a lot of ranchers that take their rifles with them when they go on the range to protect the cattle, a lot of coyotes and other predators out there in the range. So it's not, maybe a little bit more of a FUD culture, I guess you could say, and less of like an active open carrier that's doing it to announce our rights. But Rich White says, like I said in my reply to your vid, Matt, I won't be able to participate in the 5th. Oh, okay. Okay. So, yeah, guys, if South of Border Panda wants to speak Spanish with me, gracias, mi amigo por todo. De nada, como no. Como no, compa. Como no, compa. There we go. There's some Spanish. Matt's doing an interview right now, if I'm not mistaken, and so that's why we don't have a trigger time this morning. I could be wrong about that. Matt said he was contacted by Doc Thompson on the Morning Blaze Nation, and he wants to help out. Let's see. A lot of guys say that they just want open carry. With me, it is a small community, but I do open carry to the range and from the range. If I run into Walmart and they need to get a box of shells on the way to the range, and I've already got all my gear on, I'm not going to take my holster off. I really don't care. And I'm not breaking any law anyway, so I guess it shouldn't make any difference. Matt, you should ask if you can stream it live on your channel as well. So I don't know if they're recording this for a later show, or if Matt's doing this for a later broadcast, or if they're live right now. I just kind of jumped in halfway into the chat. I didn't realize the trigger time wasn't on until I got on, and I saw that the channel's open. That's another thing, guys. If you want to continue the discussion, I'm not sure how long Matt's going to leave it open, but if you want to go discuss 2A issues over on Matt's Trigger Time chat, it's an open forum. Everybody's just talking right now. And also, don't forget to keep it real. Let's keep it over on gun channels too, where we can keep the conversation going long afterwards we turn off the cameras. So I like the open carry option. I don't have to pay insane attention. Let's get back to the idea here of uniting the 2A community. If you're a local and you're capital, you want to go on the 5th and you want to just make it known that gun owners have rights, that our rights should not be infringed, and that our rights are being taken away from us. I think it's important for this to go too, that we need to get that out there. Every little community, everybody needs to know what's going on. Let's see here. Hablas castellano. Yes, yeah, you see, habla castellano también. I mean, it's just Spanish, but, and also, let's see, perhaps I could get some information out to the Hispanic community. I thought about maybe doing videos in Spanish. I'd be perfectly comfortable with it. Heck, even gun reviews. Or maybe even just do a podcast in Spanish. I think that'd be really cool, just to get the knowledge out there into the Spanish-speaking community. Because again, huge demographic of our hunting communities. It's people from all different backgrounds and races and creeds and color and everything like that. So, Melvin Nutt said, "Just got here. What's up?" Well, Matt, I'm just doing an impromptu chat right now, just a Pro 2A chat. What do we have here? There should be 3 things at these rallies: gun owners and supporters and decent clothing information, and Metallica, since Metallica makes everything better. But is Metallica really Pro 2A? I don't want to go off on a tangent about Metallica's music, but if you really go back and look at their music, I love them. Let's just get that out right now. It almost seems like their music is anti-war, just because of, if you look at the topics of the song, a lot of it's about being controlled by the machine. And there's a lot of like military references in their music. And if you really look at the songs, it really does seem more of like a protest. A lot of the songs seem like protest songs and less of a go to war type of jam. So, but that's just me talking about Metallica. Travis P11 is Pro 2A and Pro #2 pencil. Man, we don't even use pencils in my classroom. Everything we do is on computer. So I'm Pro QWERTY, I guess you could say. Hey, Night Strike is here right now. Night Strike, I'm not running this with a headset. I don't have my headset with me, but you want to chime in, buddy? You want to say something about getting the 2A community together? Because right now there's a rift. Everybody's upset at everybody. We've got people being claimed as being cucks and sellouts and this and that. And then there's those of us that are trying to say, you know what, we need to get past that and unite. And then those differences can always be worked out later on. Or you can just choose not to support those channels and those people that you feel like are sellouts, right? Nice, Rick. You wanna chime in and say anything?
Well, I've been here the past couple days as this has happened, so okay. I know the full story. And while you may not have been here for everything, you were maybe here for half the stuff, Travis. But the fact is that a lot of these bigger gun channels did really fucking sell out, with what they said. Maybe they were trying to be diplomatic so they still get their checks or whatnot from whoever's paying them. But the point is, they did not say things that people who want their rights supported should have been said.
You feel like they did sell out? No, I was watching the Yankees' whole live stream, and I watched about the last 30 minutes of that, which then pulled us into Matt's chat on Monday. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, was that Wednesday? Wednesday, right? Wednesday, it was Wednesday night chat when Yankee was he was live streaming the live stream of the roundtable discussion, and then we went into Matt's chat and talked about it the whole time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know, and I've been watching all both sides of the videos going on and people coming out pleading and saying that they're not sellouts and this and that. And then Yankee comes out with this video showing what Iraq IV 8088 is getting paid to do videos. And
well, you can't go out and say you're a sellout when half of your panel is invited, that you invite is you know, manufacturers or businesses of some sort, of which one guy comes out and says, I don't really care what happens as long as I sell product.
Yeah, that wasn't. Did he actually state it like that? Because I didn't catch that. But is that what he really said? I really need to go back and watch the roundtable. But is that what he said?
It's, you know, it's like, yes, that's what he said.
Okay.
And that's RAND CLP. And I'm telling you right now, don't use RAND CLP.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of them, they weren't there. You know, the message was with that. Join the NRA and change it from the inside. When the factor is, we've tried changing it from the inside. It ain't fucking happening.
You know, pay first, and then you can join from the inside.
Yeah. Why should you give them more money when they've literally sold us under the bus? They sold us under the bus in '86. They practically wrote '94. Yeah. Why should we give them any more money? You know, we haven't gotten a single fucking right back from them.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
You know, the only thing I'm going to say to people is that they need to, they really need to consider. Yeah, those are the keys. Okay. They really need to consider reading the NRA ILA page in American Rifleman every month, because that talks about what political action they do. So they are active lobbying for us, but big things, we see stuff taken away from us constantly. Again, with the whole bump fire thing, had they come out and said, no, we absolutely cannot agree with you that more regulation on this is going to stop what happened in Vegas. If they would have come out and said that, flat out said, no, we refuse to cooperate, to negotiate, then we wouldn't even be having this whole discussion right now. It would have been, their point would have been stated. It would have been clear. That's all they had to do. Would that have been too hard?
The only reason why that stopped dead in its tracks on the banning bump fire stocks is because, you know, the media caught the politicians in a lie, because they basically asked the politicians if all these laws they're trying to put in place, you know, that they put in, you know, that they've filed, would help any way whatsoever prevent the situation that happened. And they flat out said, no, nothing we could do now would have prevented the situation from happening. And that's the only way.
Came out and said that. She was even
Nancy Pelosi
wouldn't have done anything.
Dianne Feinstein. So that's really the only thing that kept us from getting those laws right away. They're still there. You know, they're still in committees now. But the issue is that prevented them from not staying in committees and getting set to the floor.
Hey, Melvin Hunt had a pretty good comment. He said that's the equivalent of telling Dana Loesch to join Moms and Man Action to change it from the inside. I mean, my opinion about the whole, and I have not renewed my NRA membership. It was due this summer to be renewed. I joined.
I'm not going to.
The only way to change the NRA is to sting them where it hurts, which is from the pocketbook. And so my opinion is, if we just said we're not going to pay dues until you guys produce results for us, the gun owners, things would change really quick. Because didn't they already come out and reverse their statement on the bump fire stocks? And they said, yeah.
Half-assed, halfway. They didn't really even reverse it. They're like, we're totally for your rights still.
What's that?
Yeah. They said, oh, no, we're totally for your rights still. But they didn't really backpedal as much as they should have.
Yeah. Let's talk about how we're going to unite the community. Nice, Rick. What do people need to be doing to get active and to get together? Because November 5th is coming pretty quick, and I think we all need to be ready for that. What should we be doing?
What Matt's doing, you heard about what Matt's doing. He's trying to call a movement where they go and rally at the state capitol in their state. And he's not just doing it for Texas, but he wants it to happen all over the United States, which, I'll be honest, you'll probably only be able to get away with it in most of the southern states. Because
Nebraska too.
Not every state is gun friendly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, with Nebraska, we're like, Nebraska's gun regulation and gun laws, it's a lot like having a parent that'll let you have fun but not too much fun. That's what our gun laws are like. Like, you can own handguns, you can get a concealed carry permit, but if you want to buy a handgun locally, you got to purchase a pistol purchase permit and then be approved by the local sheriff department. So like I said, but we're in terms of announcing, we're very pro firearm with our unicamera, with our representatives. The vast majority will not accept more regulations. There was stuff that was coming out during Sandy Hook, and our representatives came out and said, if a federal agent comes to try to confiscate our property, if they pass some law that says that whoever wants to come to your door to take your guns, we will not allow that. As a state, we will not allow that. So we are very adamant about protecting hunters' rights, firearms owners' rights. I mean, they're always trying to, there's always something pro 2A coming up in our regulations and our bills.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see it in Nebraska. I think you're going to see some representation. Right now, I'm planning on going. I mean, it's a couple weeks down the road, but it's on a Sunday, which is fine. I'm planning on going right now. And so I'm going to talk to the Nebraska Firearms Owners Association, see if they're going to organize, and then maybe I can get a few people lined up, and maybe I can pick up a few viewers, a few channel fans along the way if they want a free lift to Lincoln and come with me. But what can somebody do on the local level? Nice, Rick. What do you think?
Local level, if you don't have a firearms group, start one.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't take a lot.
Yep.
Talk to people. Pass flyers out. You know, do whatever you can to be vocal in the community to get people to listen and to get on board. That's really, you know, I'll be honest. I've not been really a big fan of the NRA lately, just because of the factor that, you know, we had a constitutional carry bill that was supposed to go through, and then we had a reciprocity with Georgia. Guess which one the NRA decided to back?
One can only wonder. Yeah.
They only backed the reciprocity bill with Georgia, which was going to go through anyways.
Yeah. They're gonna support a lot of the battles they know they can win.
Yeah, but they wouldn't even, you know, bat an eye to the constitutional carry bill. And you'd think that the first state to have ever seceded would already have constitutional carry. But apparently we don't have constitutional carry in South Carolina. It's illegal.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try and get some groups together here in South Carolina and whatnot, but a lot of the groups here are very inactive. I don't know what their deal is, or whether they don't have enough dues or what.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try and get them together. And if that works, if that happens, then, you know, maybe I'll go to the state capitol. But if not, you know, I don't know what I'll do.
Well, Matt's asking, you know, he's, you know, looking for some point men from different states and so on. And Matt was saying, you know, I need a point man for Nebraska. You up to it? I'm planning on going. I mean, if you want to send me information, I'll be happy to put it up on I got a Travis P11 Facebook page. I can put that info up there. I can be the contact person if people want to know where to meet. I also need to see what's going on at the Capitol that day. And I also need to check and see if we would need any kind of a rally permit, because the last thing we want to do is gather unlawfully, right? We want to make sure we don't violate any city ordinances and things like that. So yeah, Matt, I would be up for it if you want to send me information or tell me what you want me to do. Because right now I was just going to contact Nebraska Firearms Owners Association and I think it's the NFOA and ask them if they're going to be organizing and we can meet there for Nebraska. We're also getting a lot more comments popping in here. Travis, the other Travis said, I think everyone should send in their renewal with a check of $0. Okay, that's one way to sting the NRA. Let's see here. I'm tweeting everyone I can think of. Contact your congressman, be polite. Now here's another one. I don't understand why this hasn't happened yet. I think Iraq veteran 8888 should go on a podcast on G-Web's channel so we can clear the air. Or some of these guys that we're calling out, they might say, well, we don't have to justify anything to anybody. No, but if you do, I think you're going to gain the respect of your viewers in the gun community. If you come forward and say, be clear about this, be transparent about your situation or what you do, then I think people would look at you differently. You know, it's just like anytime I watch the news, this is what I see going on. Anytime I watch the news and they interview a congressperson or somebody accused of something or somebody that they want to comment on something, they dart around the question. Nobody's got the guts to just stand up and answer the question out. I might disagree with you, but as a human being and as a person, I'm going to respect you more and I'm going to respect your opinion. I might not agree with it. So these guys that again, kind of going back to the sellout cuck industry thing, I think that that it would be nice if some of these channels would show up and just say, hey, let's talk, you know. So I don't know. I mean, it could get ugly quick, but if you go on there and say, this is what I do, this is what my channel is about, cool, great. All right, wonderful. So here we go. But if you try to cover it up and lie about it, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I just think that's kind of a big part of the rift going on right now. But again, guys, if you can get your local groups organized, you can try to get everybody together, do so, right? Let's get out there and let's see, the answer 1984, 1776. So I'm telling you, we need to get together and let people know that we are a very active community. I mean, there's so many people that are already gun owners, you know, that aren't active in the community, or, you know, even if you have a pistol and you're not somebody who's all about the gun culture or all about the gun community, you know, you still have that gun for a reason. You still have, you know, those rights. You need to stand up for that. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good thing in the end. We're going to end up losing our rights, and especially that HR 3999 bill that's out there. Let's see here, just seeing if we have anything else going on. So definitely organizing locally is going to be a big one. Getting together, trying to head to the Capitol is going to be a big one. Yeah, I'll start posting stuff up on my Travis P11 Facebook page to let people know what's going on.
Travis, here's your Caliber Corner for this weekend.
Yeah, it was gonna bring in the Caliber. Yeah, we can talk about it this weekend, like what we're gonna do to get organized, and we can, if anybody wants to come on and announce what they put together and they want to get out there, because yeah, I mean, it was gonna be about bringing the 2A community together. There's another channel that I watch. It's called the DC channel, and the guy that's on there does a gun video about every day, and he was talking about how we need to get past our little middle school quarrels, and we need to get together at this point, because right now the left is just frothing at the mouth at how they can tear us apart, or what they can do to manipulate things to make the gun rift even bigger. I won't be surprised if we start seeing stuff about the breakup in the gun community going on national media and showing up in newspapers and things like that.
It doesn't help that these bigger gun channels have, basically outed themselves as, and I hate to use this word, I don't like this word either, but it's, and I'm not going to use the Yankees word. It's they've outed themselves as FUDs, where they blindly follow and believe in the NRA when the NRA hasn't done shit for you in the past 40 years.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean, then the big channels, I mean, that's
and where even Hickok 45 said he wouldn't fall on his sword to protect the American right to have bumpfire stocks. And whether you give a shit about bumpfire stocks or not, the fact is that the laws they put in place to get rid of bumpfire stocks don't just get rid of bumpfire stocks. It literally gets rid of any sort of accessory where they can tell you what you can and cannot have on or in your rifle. And I'll tell you what, this ain't 1984. I'm not allowing that kind of thing to happen to me. And if you guys allow that to happen to you, then you have no one to blame but yourself.
I agree. Moonfood 78, I want to address your comment. You're saying the left's not watching gun channels. I don't know. I think I disagree with you, because a lot of these high power leftist defenders, they like to use our argument against us. And so I'm sure that they educate themselves to see what our point of view is. Maybe not watching gunchannels.com, but they're watching videos on YouTube to see what people are doing. Obviously, somebody dug up footage on YouTube of bumpfire stocks that then created a national uproar that was on the national news. So I think that the left is arming themselves with knowledge about us to use it against us, or to make us look like dangerous individuals, or to make what we do into something that needs more regulation. So I'm sure that they're probably subbing just to keep themselves educated. Somebody keeps thumbing down my videos. It's probably somebody from the left doing it. I'm not surprised. And then, okay, Clover Tech had a really good point here. He was saying that maybe we just need a basic kind of code of conduct that we should adhere to when we're at these rallies. The last thing we want to do is let it turn into a screaming match. Yeah, Clover Tech saying that he's aware of some militia groups that are aware of rallies or the code of conduct, and they also need guidelines. I mean, we don't want this to turn into a screaming match or a violent, because if there's an anti-gun group that's also there demonstrating and we're there, we need to have intelligent conversation, not screaming back and forth with bullhorns. That's not going to get anything done. Nothing annoys me more than when I'm trying to watch a debate on TV and it turns into a shouting match and nothing actually gets done. Man, there's just all kinds of crazy stuff. There's a lot of guys talking in the comments right now about how they want to get themselves organized, they want to support each other. Everybody's kind of getting things together right now. So I don't know. I mean, I just think that for all the people who piss and moan within the gun community itself, it's insane. Yeah, it's just kind of an ugly time right now. And like you said, Nice Strike, it's not a good thing when the biggest channels come out and it came off as more of a promotional video for the NRA. Now, the one thing I will say is Eric over on Iraqi Veterans channel, he said that they're not supporters of the NRA and that they did in fact screw up. They said that in their response video to Yankees claims.
Too little, too late.
I know. And I mean, maybe if this had come out on the roundtable where Mac was out there saying, guys, I can't support them, you shouldn't either, essentially.
No. I mean, yeah. You had the chance there, and then you know, after the Gun Collective, you went on Crowder, and then went on and on about the whole demonetization thing, and you know how they're going after your Bumpfire Stocks videos, but you didn't support Bumpfire Stocks. You didn't support the Second Amendment, really. You're just like, okay, well, we took those videos down.
Yeah,
it's like, what the hell? You could have talked about the collective there, but you didn't.
And then Ghost, man. There's just all kinds. Man, there's so much feedback coming up on the chat right now. Ghost Tactical saying we need to dress and clothes that do not make us look like stereotypical hillbilly redneck gun people. Ghost, I will leave the blaze orange Nebraska pheasant hunting cap at home. I promise that. Yeah, just go respectable. Wear your 2A clothes if you want to, but you know, I don't know if going all tacked out is necessarily going to be the answer. The shouting is a technique with PR firms and media. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ben Farrell is saying we need to have a gun rally in DC so damn big that even Texas will look small. Yeah, I mean that's another one is a national rally where everybody gets together and speaks out against it. It's just, I don't know. I'm not sure why we're not more active, why we don't do more about it. Maybe it's because we're people we're the middle class that's employed working our butts off, so we're trying to find.
I hate to say this, but I think Matt missed it on this one. And while I know he's trying to get everybody at their capital to do this, you know, to protest, whatnot. But I really think Matt did miss it a little bit, because I think instead of going to our local governments right now, we really should be going to the Capitol and protesting instead. But I realize not everybody can do that. You know, maybe state capitals closer.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be.
I can understand that line of thinking, but I think we are at another, you know, DC level event where we need to go to DC and let them know, hey, guess what? We're your constituents. Stop fucking us over and start doing laws that, you know, help us, because we're tired of being trampled on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, we need to let people. We need to reinforce that idea too. Yeah,
it really is a situation where we do need to go to Capitol Hill in DC and say, yeah, enough is enough. Stop it. Give us some more of our gun rights back. Do not take them away. We really need to go to the Capitol. But as you said, we're all, you know, most of us are you know, middle class working people, so we can't afford to go to the Capitol.
Well, I mean,
we can't afford to take care of our family.
It's going to be a long day for me, but I mean, I plan on going, but it's also easier for me, you know, not having kids and stuff makes it easy for me to take off and go to things when I need to.
Right. But I, you know, while I support the whole go to your local government capital and, you know, protest, I support that too. But I really think we'd have more of an impact if we can get, like, I'm going to be conservative on this and say maybe, like, you know, 1 million people at the Capitol Hill in DC to protest this. Yeah, I know people are going to disagree with me on this, but you know, honestly, we need another event like we had 13 to prevent, you know, AR-15s from getting banned. We need another event like that to prevent any of this stuff getting banned now, any of these bills passing now.
Yeah, do we even know what the status is on, what is it, HR 3999? We'll just call it the demon bill.
From what I heard, all of them are in committee right now.
Okay. Well, now that's the time where we need to let the voice of the people be heard, because if they're in committee, the discussions need to be made loud that we don't want this, that it's something that can fix things.
Which is why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Matt also made a comment saying he needs to get emails and calls out to as many pro-gun organizations and gun shops and whoever's pro-gun as he can. Yeah, that's a big one too. I mean, you know, put up a sign anywhere you can. Make yourself known. I mean, I'm definitely going to try to announce it locally on my level to say, hey, you know, we're going to be going to the rally if you want to come along with, if you want to join us. I'll put it up on the, I don't know, I'll probably end up doing a YouTube video about it, announcing where I'm going to be and when. If anybody wants to meet up, just, you know, at Nebraska, or if anybody needs a lift or whatever, or if anybody wants to go, you know, we can go. And again, a lot of people are saying what they've been doing locally, and that's really good. South of the Border Panda says, I like Iraq Veteran 8888 when Barry was alive, RIP Barry. Yeah, those were the good old days of his channel, although his content hasn't really changed a whole lot. I mean, they used to just do a lot of gun shop, gun reviews, and recommendation videos and stuff like that.
Now they do it without the gun shop.
What's that?
They don't work at the gun shop anymore.
No, I know. That was back before. But like the content now, they still do gun tests and meltdown tests and just kind of, you know, accuracy testing. I haven't seen a major shift in their content over the last like 5 years. I mean,
but that also puts a point out there. Barry was a veteran. I believe he's a Vietnam veteran. And here's the thing. I have a lot of respect for him because, you know, he went and fought for his country when it wasn't popular.
Yeah.
When people opposed, you know, people literally ran away from America when America called on them to fight for their country.
Yeah, yeah.
And the fact is, I don't think he would support the way Eric is acting right now, and even Chad is acting, you know, not being fully for the Second Amendment. I think he's rolling in his grave right now because he would not support that.
Okay, Mel is saying if the big channels want to prove that they're not sellouts, put your vids back up and take your strikes like a man. Yeah, but their channels will get shut down. If they would post a video and it gets, what, 3 strikes and they're out, their channel would disappear altogether.
Just look at what happened to Big Gunner 81. He had bonfire videos of how to install one and him using one, and they gave him a channel strike. They took down those videos. They took away his live streaming, and he can't appeal it. They won't give him his live streaming back. He had to start a new channel just to get around that shit.
And, you know, did he even get any warning? That's the thing about it. I mean, they didn't even say, you know what, you got 24 hours to take this video down, do it, or these are going to be the consequences.
Nope.
Instead, it's just, boop. Well, it's just like my videos get demonetized for no reason. I mean, they just, boop, demonetized. They don't say anything. They don't warn you. I immediately appeal them, and I'm sure this one will too. And I turn around and appeal, and usually within a day or two, it's back up again with the monetization option, but still, I mean, it's probably going to happen to me too with the strike against my account. I'm just going to get nailed one day for no warning, and then I'm going to, you know, be cut off essentially. But yeah, we have other options. We have other places we can go. Ghost Tactical saying HR 3999 is still in Judiciary Committee. Let's see. Again, more guys are just talking about what they're planning on doing.
Yeah, I'm not aware of any of those bills that were sent through getting out of committee. But the thing is, it surprises me how easy that shit gets through and gets in there. You know, it gets to a committee, whereas when we try and put a pro-gun bill through, it takes literally years for anything to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, this gets railroaded forward. Well, because if it's got even minor support from the other side or both sides, then you're looking at you know, getting railroaded through essentially. Ben Farrell makes a good point. This is something we all need to think about. The gun community got lazy after Trump got elected because everyone thought the Trump Republicans and the NRA were going to bail them out. I agree, Ben. Myself, I was stocking up on ammo. I was stocking up on prepper food supplies. I was buying guns before the election thinking, oh man, what if I lose that ride as soon as Hillary gets elected? What am I going to do? And then look at what's going on now. Now we've got the conservative right essentially joining in with the left to sit down and have discourse about firearms regulations. I mean, that right there is the ultimate nightmare for those of us that are gun owners. Let's see if we have any other comments going on. Yeah, I mean,
we're the United States of America. We're not Europe. We're not, you know, jolly old England. We're not France or Germany. We don't have restrictions on firearms because that's what made our country. If we have restriction on firearms, we're no better than them. And hey, guess what? Yeah, we might bring rise to a government we don't want.
This is a good point. Sean says, sadly, most of us work for a living and don't have weeks at a time to march and camp on the Capitol lawn. I know, man. I hear you. I'm dropping about 50 hours a week in my own job trying to balance a YouTube channel. So we're not like Antifa where we live in mom and dad's basement. We just live off of mommy and daddy's money and work part-time at the local whatever, you know, Starbucks. Let's see here. Yeah, we have to work with other platforms with revenue to grade up their platforms. Like I said, I put my stuff over on VidMe, and they've been very, very open and welcoming about the two-way community. I mean, there's a lot of gun channels that are starting to show up on VidMe now too, which is really good. Hopefully none of the big boys get smart and go over there. That's what I don't want to see is some of the sellout channels go over there. Let's see. Trying to see if we have anybody else making any comments. Oh boy. Yeah, like I said, it's a time where people need to get active. They need to do something about it. We need to never back down. Oh, that's true, man. We need to make sure that we're contacting our representatives, doing the right thing. David A says, I was thinking about joining the GOA. I don't know much about them. What I see from the GOA is they fight for our rights. They're not able to, they don't have lobbyists, right? And so right now they don't, so they're not able to do that part of the business.
They need to get lobbyists.
Yeah, they need to. And I'm guessing with the amount of revenue they're going to be bringing in from membership, that it's going to be happening really quick. It's Gun Owners of America. Their representative is very staunch about supporting, and he's very smart, and he's also very active with fighting a lot of the lies that are going on in the media and the news, and he's not afraid to step up and do an interview with anybody and defend our side of the issue. So the GOA is something you need to think about joining. Nice, Rick, what are a few of the other organizations that are out there people need to join?
There's the Second Amendment Foundation.
Second Amendment Foundation, definitely want to be a part of that too.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if they're just talking about different platforms that people should be putting their videos up on. It's hard because, to have that kind of capacity to store your videos and your podcasts and stuff, you have to go to a place that's able to support it. Midnight Range is telling me that 50 hours is part-time for him. I know, man, you live in that kitchen. The kitchen is your home, and then you have a home away from home where
we're not talking about food right now, though.
No, this will not become a food chat. No, this is not. We're not going to talk about what we're going to eat at the rally. We'll tailgate after the rally. We'll work up a nice appetite, and then we'll go get some food. So, let's see. The GOA is becoming big now because now the NRA is shilling. How much is the GOA? I want to say it was $20 a year. And I think you can buy lifetime membership. I just got on and bought it. It wasn't even I hear enough people saying you need to do it. I went and did it. And then I haven't gone back to it because I'm waiting for my materials to show up in the mail. All 18 of us say, what? I have meatloaf in the oven, $20 a year. Tony says $500. Oh, Tony, thanks in lifetime. So GOA is $500 for lifetime members. Yeah. South of Border Panda saying tacos, 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 tacos. We'll get tacos after the rally. Calm down, son. All right. Okay, if you shop at Amazon a lot, you can support the 2A Foundation a little bit via Amazon Smile. So what that is people that have channels on YouTube or people that have groups that want to sell products, they get a portion of the revenue that gets purchased from their page. Like I could have a Travis P11 Amazon page where if you buy from it, small part of the revenue comes back to my channel. If you have a lot of sales, a big part of the revenue comes back to your channel or your website or your group, essentially. Again, now they're just kind of talking about the GOA dues and so on. So I had tacos the other day. LOL. There we go. Maybe we can hire a taco truck to follow us. That's not a bad idea. It's good to stay fed so you don't get hangry at one of these rallies. That's the last thing that we want.
I'm always angry though.
No, hangry, hungry, angry.
I'm always angry though.
You're always angry, but are you hangry, which is hungry and angry?
No, I'm not always hungry.
Okay, no, I know you're always angry. I mean, man. But sometimes you're angry.
Have you heard my videos? Have you been on Hit or Miss? I'm always angry.
Oh, I know that. Hit or Miss Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern time, right? The only time zone that people care about. So,
right. Exactly.
So will there be a Travis P11 review of the GOA? I review everything. Let me get their material in the mail, and I will do an unboxing of the GOA sign-up materials, and we'll go from there. So I just enjoy. I'm sorry, guys. I enjoy doing reviews of everything. I always said if I lost my job, I would just start reviewing stuff in my house. These are AA batteries. They work really well. Anyway, we need to get the focus back. So I don't know. Nice, Rick, do you think we need to mention anything else here? Hopefully Matt, if he still has his chat going over on Trigger Time, you guys should do that. Get over there and you guys can continue talking. Go over to gunchannels.com. Let's keep the channel. Let's keep the chat going over in the lobby right now. Again, stay active, guys. You need November 5th coming up. Make some plans if you can.
Hold on. I need to say something real quick.
What's up, man?
I need to reply to Moon Food. I do not eat Hot Pockets. Moon, shut the fuck up.
Dude, I do. I absolutely love them. The sausage, egg, and cheese ones, man. I should do a review on those. They are that's great.
I don't eat them.
Totino's pizzas. It's pretty obvious if you look at me that I don't have a healthy diet. I try not to eat unhealthy during the week, but yeah, Hot Pockets are very tasty. Hashtag Night Strike shall not infringe his anger. No. Lots of good comments. So
it's supposed to be hashtag shall not be infringed, guys. Get it right.
There we go. Shall not be infringed. Yes. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it. So again, get organized, pay attention to any of these guys that are in the chat right now, Ghost Tactical, a lot of you guys have great videos you're putting out right now. Stay active, be open to communication, educate yourself in the meantime. So there we go. Jeff says, since you'll be doing a review on silverware, I subbed. I have not yet, but that is a very good idea. So there you go. But wouldn't you like to know about how reliable your silverware is before you go spend the money on it?
Well, you know, how about some tactical silverware? Survival silverware.
I have done tactical tuna. I've done the Jimmy Dean dehydrated bacon and sausage links. So there we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I do it. I do my part for the tactical community. All right, so guys, NEA was pretty busy today. Yeah, Trigger Time. I don't know if his chat is still up there. So Nice Strike, was he doing a live review now, or was he just not able to talk because he's not feeling good?
I think he had a interview with one of the radio places.
Spock Thompson is what he said on the Blaze channel, if I'm not mistaken.
It's something like that. I don't remember the exact station, but he had a radio interview.
Midnight Range is going to do a chat tonight after The Walking Dead. Guys, go to Midnight Range's channel. Definitely sub to him. Sub to Night Strike's channel if you haven't done so yet. And yeah, so after Phoenix already did a tactical bacon review. It's already there. Go check my channel. It's the Jimmy Dean breakfast. They make dehydrated bacon.
No.
What?
That's what you need to do is you need to get yourself, an iron skillet. You need to review the iron skillet, the bacon, and this tactical, the survival silverware, all in the same video. You need to review all of them.
Oh, I should just do it all together in one. So yeah. Speaking of bacon, real quick, the DE Guns, I talk about them. They're a gun store that's in Lincoln. They just opened up a brand new facility on the eastern part of town. Not only is it pet friendly, they've got a huge, gun, showroom. They've also got like a bacon ice cream. They have like an all things bacon area of the store that you can go to, which I think is really cool. I totally support that wholeheartedly. My right to eat bacon shall not be infringed. So
exactly.
Campfire coffee and old style perk. Oh yeah, we can do that too. I've got one of those. So anyway, guys, before this turns into a food chat, let's stay focused, support the Second Amendment, get out there, organize, be active, educate yourself, be a good steward for the gun community. And I think we're all set. So, so Nice Strike, you want to plug anything before we go? I got to get my breakfast
Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock.
What's that?
Hit or miss, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern. Right. The only time zone that counts.
There you go. There you go. Caliber Corner, I do that Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock Central Time. I didn't do it yesterday because we had family coming over and such, but we'll get that all taken care of. So, yeah, we'll be back with Caliber Corner next Saturday. Maybe we can just see what we've done over the course of the week to get ourselves organized for the 5th. We can make that the point of the discussion, and then we can do a little firearms chat in the background, just in general, if something else pops up. So, what gun does best with bacon? Any gun does best with bacon. Man, are you kidding me? It's any gun is great with bacon. I stay away from the Sky CPX2. The CPX2 is the equivalent of burned bacon. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get more thumbs down. I got my CPX2 and it fires good. Not after 1,000 rounds. It'll fall apart. So, there we go.
I'm telling you, you should have kept the Bronco or the Jimenez. It worked.
Yeah, it did. It did. I ended up selling that one, and I sold my H&R Partner pump to, I don't even know what I bought at this point. It was funds to buy another. Oh, I bought my Mossberg 88S or my Maverick 88 SP with it, and a bunch of ammo, a bunch of buckshot. So I was getting gear for my 3-gun competitions that I do. So, all right, man. Okay, Nice Rick. I'm gonna go ahead and call it, man. I want to thank you for joining in, buddy. I do appreciate you jumping in here at the last second with no notice whatsoever. And you guys that weren't able to make it to join in the lobby, don't worry about it. It's all good. Like I said, this wasn't planned. I just thought, well, Matt wasn't doing it. I had Matt's blessing. We went ahead and brought it up, and we did it. So, all right, stay active, guys. Stay active in the community and make it happen. So, Nice Rick, anything else, buddy?
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. All right, man. We'll talk to you later. All right, peace out, guys.